Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween! So excited to be with you guys today because today we are going to be watching Halloween H20, 20 years later. 1998, directed by Steve Miner, who also happened to direct my favorite Friday the 13th sequel, Friday the 13th Part 2. I'm just ecstatic. Halloween H20 is my ultimate comfort movie. The fact that my VHS tape of this film still plays like relatively well after the amount of times that I've watched it, incredible. Yeah, I adore this film. So after part 6, they were like, where the heck are we gonna go from here? It's been 20 years since the original. Jamie Lee Curtis signed on to return as Laurie, and parts 4 through 6, you know, as much as I love part 4 and part 6, it was the best decision for them to just disregard that whole Thorn trilogy timeline and go back to the roots, bring back Jamie as Laurie Strode, and continue her story. Now, I know this isn't a perfect film. I'm not gonna pretend it is. I'm also not gonna hold back my love and adoration for it either. This is gonna be a fun video. A fun time watching one of my favorites in this incredible franchise. And yeah, I just really want to get into it. Let's watch Halloween H20. I'm so happy. There she is, smoking nurse. Love her forever. Man, I think I've said it before, but I would have loved to see this on the big screen in '98 when it first came out. I've heard from a lot of people that this was their first Halloween movie that they watched in the theaters, like growing up. So it holds a lot of like nostalgia for that reason. So jealous of y'all. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, back when he was still Tommy Solomon.
Hasn't anyone told you? Cigarette and smoke kills.
Yeah, but they're all dead.
Yeah, check out your house.
No, wait for the police.
Where's the fun in that? Yeah, you may want to get used to me quoting like everything from this movie. I apologize in advance.
Let's not anyone mess with me here. Jimmy been suspended 5 times this year already for getting a little crazy
With the stick, alright? You just ruined her floors. A relatable reaction. Loomis! There he is. Yeah. I've always loved like the decorations that they have in their front lawn. I love that. It's so cool. Besides the point.
Jimmy!
Gnarly death. We don't even really see, well, it was an off-screen death, but the aftermath, so cool. Hey, there's the H6 mask. Love seeing it here, even if it's just for a little bit. And I'll talk, don't worry, I'll talk about the mask situation from this film. Don't worry. Such a cool shot, such a cool shot. Not Nurse Marion's only time getting killed in this franchise. She gets killed twice by Michael Myers in 2 different timelines. Of course, H20 and later in Kills. Like, how awesome to get killed by Michael twice. I definitely would not pass up that opportunity.
Michael Myers. Yeah, right.
I love this opening. That was Matt Winston, by the way, son of Stan Winston. As a kid, I thought this was Donald Pleasance talking, not him at all. But they did a good job, the voice actor did. So I should probably take this opportunity to talk about the score to this film. So the original score to this film was done by John Ottman. At some point, they realized that the score that he did for this film was, well, I mean, there's clips of it on YouTube, like you can find clips from the film with the original score. The complete original score. I guess they just took it from like the Blu-rays special features, but you can find that on YouTube. You can watch that and listen to it. It's it doesn't fit the film at all, basically. And that's what they realized. They did keep the best parts of John Ottman's score, like this whole musical piece at the beginning, and they really did choose to keep like the best parts of the score. Like, I love the music here, for instance, and later as well in certain scenes, but they did replace a lot of it with Marco Beltrami's score from Scream, as well as Mimic. So that is why later during the chase scene, it's literally the same music, like Sydney's chase scene. It's the same music. Now, normally that would bother me. Love Scream. I love Scream. But, you know, Scream, the original Scream, paid homage to Halloween. 1978 Halloween. So why 2 years later is Halloween H20 taking from Scream? You know, I realize at this point, like, Scream was big. Scream changed everything. So, yeah, the way I look at it is there are two Halloween movies from the 90s. We got H6, Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, and then H20. And they're both deliciously 90s, but H20 is post-Scream. It's, you know, it's Dimension Films as well. It does have that Scream feel to it. It totally does. But, you know, I still love it. I really do. So you're not really gonna hear me complain about that aspect of it. I just couldn't not mention it, you know. I love them together. I love Josh Hartnett and Jamie Lee Curtis together as mother-son. I just love their chemistry together. I adore this sequence right here. Of course, they kind of paid homage to this sequence in 2018, you know, the bathroom scene. That, of course, much more brutal outcome than this scene. It's very suspenseful. And, you know, he doesn't kill them. He just takes their vehicle. You know, of course, today's Michael would. But yeah, such a iconic scene. Janet Leigh. I'm so glad they were able to do this film together. Like, I love seeing them on screen together, Jamie and her mom.
With her long, slender legs, they climb high in the skirt, round, melon breasts.
Round melon, what? I love LL Cool J in this. He adds just the perfect amount of like comic relief. Like, it's not, well, I mean, I'm sure some people do think it's corny, but I think that it works for this film, you know.
We're paying the bills, aren't we? Oh, fuck, shit. Not you. And when you have your back turned, we sneak out.
Ronnie, don't you get your ass by?
Comb your hair. He's got a point.
Can I get another glass of Chardonnay, please?
Today.
Thank you. You know what? Charlie, here. Go get the car. I'll be right there.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
I feel like my mom's yelling at me right now.
Don't talk to me about responsible,
I just need this one.
Mom, I am not responsible for you. He's dead.
Michael Myers is dead.
Guys, it's Frankenstein. We watched the movie.
Of course, classic throwback to the original. It's weird now because Jamie is the teacher, but I love that connection.
And why do you think he was finally able to confront his monster? It was about redemption. It was his fate.
I love that look of realization on her face. And of course the discussion about fate, which is exactly what the teacher was discussing in the original when Laurie was the student. It's just, it's so good. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna pause right here and I'm just gonna talk about the mask. The mask for H20. So they started out with the K&B mask. This was the mask that they started with. It's not great. So I guess like kind of similar to the music, they realized, I guess halfway through filming, that the mask looked just ridiculous and that they couldn't continue filming with it and that they had to change it basically. So they used the Halloween 6 mask as we saw in the beginning of the film, you know, where he kills Nurse Marion. You see it in a couple of shots. You don't really get close-ups of it. And I don't know why they didn't film the rest of the film with that mask, but of course they went on to use, you know, the Stan Winston mask, which is the mask that we see in close-ups throughout the rest of the film. However, there's still like numerous shots of that original K and B mask. Some shots are like more obvious than other shots, specifically later during the chase scene at the end. Like I think it literally changes back and forth. The mask changes back and forth like from shot to shot. And then there's also like a digital mask at some point because they couldn't reshoot that for whatever reason. So yeah, the masks were definitely an issue for H2O. I personally don't mind the Stan Winston mask. You do see a lot of the skin around his eyes in that mask, which I don't like. You know, what happened to the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Also the hair too on the Stan Winston mask is like super spiky and it looks kind of like funny. I wish they would have just used the Halloween 6 mask because I think it would have worked great for this film. But I digress.
Halloween, I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare.
I've had my share. Yeah.
If I could be maternal for a moment, we've all had bad things happen to us. The trick is to concentrate on today. You just take care of yourself. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.
Oh my gosh, and you listen ever so faintly, the Psycho score. And of course that classic car from the original Psycho. I just love it. I love this film so much. I love this whole sequence right here with Michael kind of like stalking LL Cool J. It's very reminiscent to me of like the original 1978 Halloween with like Michael stalking Annie. You know how Annie's in the kitchen talking on the phone and Michael's like in the background. He's just kind of looking through the window. At one point he drops like a plant. It's just, it gives me very Halloween 78 vibes and I love that. Michael just loves to play tricks because he actually wants to scare you before he kills you. That's clearly Michael. Yeah, I remember when I used to watch this as a kid, I always thought like something was up with this guy. He just seems suspicious. But honestly, like I like him as a character. I think that they go really well together. I love the chemistry between them. It's just crazy to think, you know, the original Scream featured Halloween 78 and here's Halloween H2O featuring Scream 2. I love all those films. I'm just saying, it's interesting.
You don't think that after all this time he'd still be coming after you, do you? How old were you?
17. I love it. I love it.
You didn't go to Yosemite.
Oh, what are you doing?
Listen, you can't be scaring Laurie Strode on Halloween, okay? No. There's the K&B mask. I'm sorry, I always wanted him to just turn the freaking thing off. There's another Scream reference, similar to like when the principal is getting murdered in Scream and then, you know, Ghostface and the eyeball, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that was the digital mask. Oof. I love this so much.
Charlie, what are you...
I love Sarah's death. It's one of my favorites in the entire franchise. Oof. He's like, where'd you go? Yeah, this, you ever like bang your knee really hard on something and immediately feel like you're about to vomit because the pain is like so intense? This is how I imagine this would be, except 100 times worse. Makes you just want to rub your knees. It's a big freaking knife too. Michael getting creative again. so cool. And I love this chase scene. I love this chase scene. Yes, we got the Scream music happening, and you know what? It's surprisingly fitting. I really can't complain about it because it all fits so well. If you listen to the original score by John Ottman for this scene, it's very, very strange. She gets him pretty hard here too. Oh, there's the K&B mask. I swear sometimes when I'm fumbling with my keys, like at my front door, I always think of this scene. I would have been terrified. Here it comes. The face of good and the face of evil will meet one last time. Remember from the trailers? Try to live. Laurie's just gonna tell you how it is, okay? That was Michael Myers, but of course, turned out to be LL Cool J. I just always like thought that that was funny. Like it was clearly Myers. Oh, this is great too. I love this death too. That knife that he has is just ridiculously large. Like it's absurd. I love this. I would have just flung myself over the freaking staircase. K&B mask. K&B mask. As a kid, you know, I never noticed the mask was literally changing in between shots, but whatever. Stan Winston mask. Such a great chase scene. I love that chase scene so much.
Mistake, come on! Go! No, yes, I say now!
We're approaching my favorite Laurie Strode moment of the entire franchise. Oh my god. Chills. I've seen this a million times. I still get chills. She's just such a f***ing badass. Okay. I'm sweaty now. Ooh, right in the same spot too. Laurie, you are so loud. I mean, he already knows she's under there. He already knows. Of course he already knows. Ooh, this is such a badass moment too. Him just like flipping all the tables and stuff. Come on, Laurie, how do you miss every single one? He's right there. I swear I'm like in heaven right now watching this. Aww. She just loves to drop the knife. I love Laurie, but she loves to drop a knife. She knows. I love this right here. She's like, no, I'm not done with this mother. Oh my god, and this ending. Like, I recognize that this film has problems, and it does have a lot of issues. Like, I'm not blind to them. Kind of similar to what I said in my Halloween 6 commentary. I'm not blind to the film's issues. It's just, it's so fun that the issues don't even bother me. Like, they truly don't. Him trying to sit up in the bag is also hilarious.
Come on, get up.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch the ending and then I'll talk about it afterwards because I have stuff to say. But I'm just gonna watch this fantastic ending.
Michael.
And yeah, we end on a Creed song because it's 1998. So that was Halloween H2O 20 years later. So yeah, the ending, of course, Mustafa Akkad was not going to let anyone kill Michael Myers, not even Laurie Strode. So they came up with the idea that it would not be Michael Myers. It was a paramedic who she decapitates thinking it's Michael Myers. We find this out in Resurrection, of course. I like to pretend that that is Michael Myers. I don't disagree with, you know, Mustafa Akkad's decision to want to continue the franchise after that. However, I do think if that was how Michael was supposed to go out, by the hands of Laurie, that would have been acceptable to me. As an ending to this specific timeline, this was absolutely perfect in my eyes. And, you know, we didn't even need Resurrection. We didn't need Resurrection, but, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I like to pretend that that was actually Michael Myers and that that is the true ending of that specific timeline. That's just how I like to see it. But yeah, Halloween H2O, I mean, what more can I possibly say about it? This movie, flaws and all, has been a source of comfort for me so many times throughout my life. Like, as silly as that may sound, like, I can remember some really bad times in my life, or just moments where my anxiety and my depression were like at their absolute worst, or times where I've just been sick or just feeling super crappy. I would go and put H2O on. Like, I have other comfort movies as well, but H2O is the one that stands out to me the most. And it goes by in a breeze, by the way. Like, I don't know if it's the shortest film in the franchise, but it's definitely one of the shortest. Like, there's not a dull moment in the film, in my opinion. This movie just, it's always resonated with me, and I've always felt a connection with this movie. And just Laurie going after Michael with the axe is just, I can't even find words to express like the effect that has on me. This film just captured my heart ever since I was little. It actually reminds me a lot of my grandpa, who died when I was like 8. He showed me pretty much this entire franchise, and I don't know, something about this film in particular it just reminds me of him. But yeah, I watched this so many times, and I bet you like my mom could probably even quote the majority of this film just because she's seen it so many times as well, just because it was always on the television, because I was always watching it. But yeah, I know that I had a blast today watching it here with you guys on the channel. Hope you had fun too. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys have a good one.